I'm not really the happiest of campers right now. Hi everybody, my name is Justin and welcome to Game On, a show all about tabletop gaming from RPGs to board games and everything in between. We do our best here to try to stay positive and look at things in a positive light because there's a lot of negativity in this world and we don't really want to bring negativity to you. And we just try to be happy and energetic about this hobby of ours. And I gotta tell you that right now I'm not having an easy time staying happy and energetic because with this Spelljammer 3-book set, I am actually I'm more dumbfounded than anything by the lack of anything that they're giving us. So a couple days ago, I made a first impressions video when I first got it. You know, I got the book first in line at my game store, came home, ripped it open, read it as much as I could, and then made a video on it. And I had some high hopes for it. And during the middle of my moving and hanging out with my significant other and working, I've taken more time to dig through all 3 books. And the more and more I dig through the books, the more I realize how disappointed I am in it. In a couple of weeks, you're going to see a video with Matt and I talking about what we want from 6th edition D&D, and I kind of talk about what I'm going to discuss now, and that is the fact that WOTC has a very good... I don't know how to say this. They are very... I feel like they put in the least amount of effort as they can, and I wanted to make sure that I wasn't the only one that felt this way, so I came up with my thoughts and my ideas, and before confirmation bias kicked in with going into Reddit and everything, I just wanted to make sure that my thoughts were my own, and then I just wanted to see if anybody else kind of agreed with me. And it turns out a lot of people on the internet agree with me, so I'm going to tell you a little bit why. And the biggest thing is... there's a couple of memes. I'm going to post them here if I can find them again. And there's a lot of people on the internet talking about how there's just no rules. And what little rules there are hand-wavy. And I get it. 5th edition is like that. But I'm going to... Page 25 of the Astral Adventurer's Guide. There's a little sidebar here. A spell-jamming ship typically has one or more shipboard weapons, which is the cannons, the ballistae, catapults, yada yada, being the most common. Ballistae and mangonels being the most common. Some weapons are slow to load and fire. Player characters are almost always better off using their own weapons and spells in ship-to-ship combat. Reserving shipboard weapons for targets that are too far away. But too far away to be damaged by other means. Okay, so why the hell did you give us rules on like, why did you give us shipboard weapons if what we should be doing is lining up and shooting bows and arrows at each other? Like, why give me a giant cannon? Why give me a giant cannon if all you want me to do is cast magic missile? Like, what's the point? You don't even give us rules. You don't even give us rules on how to use them. It says you might want to use side initiative, the variant initiative rule in the DMG. There's nothing in here. There's no freaking rules on how to fight ship to ship. The following rules are designed to make ship to ship combat exciting. Simply yet exciting. The start of the engagement is what the DM decides on, which, by the way, in this book, what chapter is this? Chapter 2, Astral Adventuring, where it says the DM decides is in this about 8 times. It's like, it's up to the DM, it's up to the DM, it's up to the DM. You want rules? It's up to the DM. We don't have any rules. It's up to the DM. So let's see, the starting and encounter distance is up to the DM. Initiative. Well, you could, up to the DM, use side initiative. If you want to move and steer your ships, it's basically up to you on how you want to go about doing initiative and your moving. You can turn the Spelljammer to attack, and then it's up to the DM on crashing and boarding. Let's see here. So that's annoying. It doesn't really give you anything on how to manage any of your creatures or any of your crew members. Nope, nothing about crew members in here. Let's see here. My Bombard. My Bombard can have 12 crew members in total. So if I have a party of 5, that means 7 other people that are on this ship with me. And gives me absolutely 0 rules on what to do about that. You want to have crew members? Well, screw you. It's up to you to make it out for yourself. How about this? Let's take a look at this. We have moving around in the Astral Sea. So it's travel by thought alone. Whoever is in the Spelljammer can basically think where they want to go, and they're going to get there. You don't need... on page 21, one doesn't need a map to navigate the Astral Sea. Here, all creatures are blessed with directional awareness, and in other words, if they can think it, they can get there. Okay, so what's the rest of my party going to do? I can travel, let's see here, 100 million miles in 24 hours. Cool. What's the rest of my party going to do while that one person thinks about it? Also, if you think about something, does that mean you know where it is? Because, that's what I want to know. Like if the Githyanki are trying to hide in the Astral Sea from, the Mind Flayers and everything, well, what if the Mind Flayers just think about where they are, and then they get there? Maybe they won't know exactly where they are, but they can think about generally where they go, and then boom. So I feel like that destroys the whole lore. Okay, let's take a look at creating a wild space system. Page 20 in chapter 2. Creating a wild space system has a sun, a number of planets, and moons orbiting it. 2 examples of wild space systems are Doom Space and Xarxis Space, and they're described in the light of Xarxis. Use them as models when creating your own wild space system. That's it. That is your whole thing. Can you even see that? It's so small. Look, see that paragraph? You want to make your own system? Sucks for you. We're not going to give you any rules. There's no rules in the DM screen. All the DM screen has is random encounters and ship quirks. And names. There's nothing in here about how to make your own system, how to make any combat. And it's so annoying. And what's so freaking annoying is that it's up to the DM to choose what the air envelope and the gravity plane is going to look like, and what kind of air they have, and tracking time in wild space and tracking distance is, again, up to the DM. It just says that. It's up to you. Do you have a DM? Good. They're your rules. So if you're a DM, you don't have any rules in here. You want to do ship-to-ship combat? Too bad. There's no rules on it. There is literally no rules on how to do frickin' ship-to-ship combat in Spelljammer. Spelljammer, you play on ships. How are there no fucking ship-to-ship combat rules? It's just so annoying. What? Why? I can't believe I paid $80 for this, Let's take a look at the Cosmic Horror. It's one of the higher CRs in Boo's Astral Menagerie. Cosmic Horror. It's CR 18. Using the CR system up to level 14, if you have 5 level 14 characters, this would be still considered a hard character, or a hard encounter. It is exactly what you would think any high CR monster in 5th edition would have, and that is frickin' wet noodle attacks. So its bite does 22 damage. And its tentacle does 18 damage, plus it has a grapple that you can escape from. DC 18. It's got something called Psychic Whispers. Charges on a 5 to a 6. I would say just always is there, because 33 psychic damage isn't that much. It's got some legendary actions. Armor class 15, hit points 280. Okay, so this is level 18, CR 18. And that does the most damage it can do is the Psychic Whispers that takes a recharge in a 5 to a 6 and is 33. So you got 5 characters, and that Cosmic Core is going down quick. The Lunar Dragon, I think it was a CR 20. Not too much better. It does have phase shift, so it can go in and out of the ethereal plane, but its damage that it does... Let's see, Ancient Lunar Dragon. Its Cold Breath does 8d8 damage. It recharges in a 5 to a 6. Speed is reduced to 0, which is kind of cool to do, but all of its attacks do no more really than 15. The Bite does do cold damage on top of the 15 piercing, but that's a challenge 19. 297 hit points and 18 AC. That's what 5th edition does. They're really bad at making creatures actually freaking scary. So here I was thinking excited that we're going to get some higher CR monsters, and they're not really that exciting. And then the Light of Xarxis, I will say that I am pretty happy with some of the stuff in here. Flapjack the Flumph is my favorite character of all time now. I really love Flumps, but I've been reading through this, and first of all, I go, this is for level 5 characters to start out with. I feel like a world-ending solution could probably be fixed, or a world-ending problem probably needs some people who are stronger than level 5. Also, it just kind of feels like a mashup of random encounters inside space that you use until you eventually get to the end. And I said I had read the conclusion. I read it a little bit more, and it feels like it doesn't really do much. The endings, either way, whether you're successful or you're not, it just kind of feels like you can just go on your merry way, or you can shunt the problem onto somebody else. And it doesn't feel like a good way to end an adventure. This whole box set right now, just I try not to be angry, but come on. How can you not give me rules on ship-to-ship combat? How come all of the ships feel the same? How come you're giving me weapons for shooting at other ships, but telling me that I'm better off just using my crossbow? What's the point? It's making me... Oh, I'm sorry. Anyway. I'm going to be coming out with homebrew rules for this. I will be giving you guys my homebrew rules for a lot of this stuff, so stay tuned for that, because this is royally angering me. I'm very happy that I have it for the artwork, and it's going to look nice on my shelf, but Wizards of the Coast, I just want you to give us a little bit more. Please stop drip feeding us stuff. Stop telling me that as the DM, everything is up to me. I don't know. Anyway, let me know in the comments below what you guys think. I'm sorry that this was a ranty video. I try not to be ranty. My name is Justin, and the next video you'll see, I should be a lot happier. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, game on.